I saw a video this morning that has really inspired me and I want to share with you. But before that, let me ask you this question, yeah? If your husband or your wife is to travel out of the ordinary, let's say 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, would you miss them? If your spouse is to travel, would you miss them? Or worst case scenario, let's say if your husband or your wife is no more, touch wood, would you miss them? I need an honest answer. Sincerely speaking, would you or not? And why? The video I saw was about a gentleman who has an elder brother. And once in a while, his brother would give him some of his unwanted clothes. Yeah, this is common in most families. So one day, his brother gave him some clothes as usual. And among the things he had was a white top. This guy I'm talking about, his favorite is white. Everything white, that's him. But he wants it plain, no prints. This top, the white top, had a print. So what did this guy do? He took the top and put it in his wardrobe with the other things he would usually not wear. A year passed. Then one day he was in desperate need of a white top because he had run out of what he had. So he went back to the wardrobe, took that very top with the print and wore it. But this time he put a coat on it to cover the print. Yeah? This guy went to church, and while service was going on, he said he was feeling hot. So he took off the coat, forgetting the very reason why he wore it in the first place. After some time, he saw someone staring at him, and he was like, maybe I'm looking good though. Few minutes passed, and another brother walked up to him and said, bro, this print you have is telling a story. He was like, oh, telling a story? Well, it was offering time, so he stood up to give his offering. And when he was coming back to his seat, another person stopped him, looked at the print, and was nodding like, Then this guy got curious, like, why are people making a deal out of this print? So he sat down, took his phone, went on Google, and typed the name on it. To his surprise, come see, the cost of the shirt was ranging from 2,000, 3,000. The least he saw was 2,000. Now come see this man. Someone who doesn't like print. Now he got the confidence. He had this pride in him. Our brother won't even sit anymore. He was walking up and down the church like he wants everyone to know he has arrived. See, he was wearing something expensive. He never knew the value of the top till he went on Google. Now our man is walking like with his full chest out. You see what I mean? The moral of this lesson is sometimes, we might have things, valuable things, expensive things in our possessions. But because we don't know, we have no knowledge of the cost, how expensive they are, we treat them anyhow. We mishandle them. We even refuse to acknowledge their existence in our lives until one day, when you lose them, then you know the value of it. Let me take you back to the question I asked earlier. If your husband or your spouse is to travel or is no more, would you miss them? A lot of marriages are going through things these days because the couples involved have become so familiar with each other. They have become so used to one another that they don't even value their existence in their lives. They have forgotten to appreciate their partners because they always see them. They are always there. So we misuse them. We mishandle them until one day. There is no perfect marriage out there. There is no perfect husband or a perfect wife out there. So if your answer to my question is yes, then it should tell you there is still room for improvement. A stitch in time saves 9. Don't leave things for too long. Don't let things pile up for too long, else it will get to a point when you cannot bring the pieces together. There is no perfect marriage. If you want one, you need to work on it. A marriage counselor once said, before you think of divorce, just get a piece of paper, divide it into 2. Write all the good things your partner does on one side. You have to be honest with this one. You write all the good things they do on one side and all the bad things you don't like on the other side. And check which side outweighs the other one. At least it would help you in your decision making. There is no perfect couple out there. Before you can get a gold earring, the priceless gold earring you have in your jewelry box, do you know what that gold goes through? Be very patient, because there is still hope. Don't lose what you have now because of your own expectations. Sit down, take a moment and rethink. Is there value in what I have? What is the cost of what I have?